Welcome back to the BSN channel. Today's the day of the election. Got the washing machine right there going away. And you know, today's hard times, you know. My brother and my mum, they're going to vote today. And I don't know who my brother's voting for. Pretty sure my mum's voting for Labour. As usual, my mum's always voted for Labour. She seems to believe they represent the working man, and woman as well. But yeah, you know, today's hard times. For a couple of weeks, our boiler hasn't been working, so we've had to be doing this the old school way. Let me show you. So every time we got a bath here, because there's no hot water, I'll show you. This is my bath water right here. See the pot? Times are hard out here. Not even hard. I had to say it the Caribbean way. I had to say it's hard. Without the H, it's hard out here. This has been boiling away for, well, it hasn't fully boiled yet. Let me show you. It's about 50 Celsius, maybe 60. Yeah, it's not boiling yet. But yeah, boiler is very expensive in this country, so therefore we have to save up to get a boiler. I think a boiler is about £4 grand, about £4,000. So that's a lot of money. I don't know how much that is in dollars or euros. I think that's about 5,000 euros, maybe approximately $7,000. I'm guessing. And yeah, I wanted to film. I'm gonna be filming a bit of every day until probably about midnight. Maybe not midnight, because I don't know when they finish counting the ballots. So I'll end this video. I'll end the total video, not this clip, when the results has been done. So I'll try and get my mother's opinion on this. My brother's opinion, he probably hasn't got a lot to say about it, but he might do. He might have something to say about it, so it'll be interesting. Why am I not voting? That's a deep discussion. First of all, I don't want to offend no people, so those who are voting, I don't have anything against you. If you're voting, you're voting. I don't particularly believe in that whole, oh, if you don't vote, you don't get to have an opinion. I think anyone with a brain deserves to have an opinion. Okay, so first of all, the reason why I'm not voting is because there's a lot of reasons. It's not just one reason. The main reason is I don't believe my vote will make a decision, make a difference. Obviously, it will make a difference mathematically by 1. That's a fact. But there's no party that I believe in. I don't understand why. I don't understand why I'm going to vote for someone I don't know. I also don't understand why I'm going to vote for a prime minister, but I don't get to vote for who's in the cabinet. And the cabinet, the people in the cabinet, essentially, they are vital in the decision-making process. So that's the main thing. I don't get to pick who's in the cabinet. I don't get to pick who's the chancellor. You know, we've got a chancellor now in the Conservative Party who, we know what a chancellor does, okay? When Gordon Brown was a chancellor, and we look at his education through economics, I felt safe, okay? And people were saying stuff like, oh, Labour spent so much. Yeah, they did spend so much. They had to bail out the banks. And plus, you know, they're very liberal, so, well, liberal, shall we say. So therefore, they're going to spend a bit. Conservatives claim to not spend. But what? In the last 3 years, they've spent more than what Labour has in the last 13 years. So, well, that's what the newspapers are saying. That's what, you know, I can't say that for sure. But that is the popular rumour. You know, whether it's a fact or not. Because, you know, Tories always like to say to them, all right, you guys spend too much, we don't spend. But you guys did actually spend. And I personally feel part of this problem, maybe not, I'm not saying I know, but part of this might be because of who our Chancellor is. Okay, like, what does a Chancellor do? Okay, I don't know all the duties of a Chancellor, but I know he has to deal with things to do with the, you know, fiscal policies, monetary policies, and I know he has other ministerial duties. You know, I'm not the best, you know, I don't have the best knowledge in politics, but I know he has to do with the fiscal and monetary policies. Basically, finance. He has to control the revenue of this country through borrowing and taxation and stuff like that. So, let's look at George Osborne, our current Chancellor of the Exchequer Education. He went to Oxford University and he done modern history. Okay, so here's my problem. Modern history, Chancellor. Modern history, Chancellor. Modern history, Chancellor. What's that got to do with being a Chancellor? That's what I'm trying to say. What's that got to do with being a Chancellor? I don't want to get heated. I don't want to get heated. This is just annoying me. When he was first confirmed as Chancellor, because again, we don't get to pick who's in the cabinet and all these positions. Okay, when David Cameron was put into office, and then he appointed, I don't know if he appointed, but George Osborne was appointed Chancellor. I'm just trying to think, what's his background in economics? Because if we look at Gordon Brown's history, I think Gordon Brown's probably one of the best chancellors we've ever had. I heard a lot of people saying that. I could be wrong. I'm not. This is not mathematics, okay? This is just purely opinion. So I don't want people coming at me and saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, then, you know, you can argue that. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, you know. But I have my opinion. My opinion is Gordon Brown was a great chancellor. If you look at his education, he's a very educated guy when it comes to economics. This guy knows what he's talking about. What has George Osborne done with economics? Has he done a dissertation with economics? Like, why has he got this great honour? Like, it's an honour to be a chancellor, you know. It's not just any job. Well, any job is not any job, you know what I'm saying? But that's just one example. Okay. That's just one example of why I don't vote. Another reason why I don't vote, because damn, this video is getting a bit too long. Anyway, forget it. Today's an important day anyway. Another reason why I don't vote is they don't, like, in school, they don't really teach you about politics that much. All they teach you is you must vote. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was young, when I look back to when I was young, I was thinking that's a very dangerous thing to do. Because from primary school, from the age of 8 years old, 9 years old, they were telling us you gotta vote. If you don't vote, you're stupid. How can you tell a kid if you don't vote, you're stupid, but you're not telling us why we should vote? You're not teaching us about democracy, the other political systems. You're not teaching us that. How come you're not teaching us what left wing, right wing means? To be centre, what does that mean? How are you not telling us about the Parliament, the history of Parliament, but you're telling us to vote? How can you tell us? Like, that's when I look back, I just think that was very dangerous. So I'm growing up in my brain thinking I'm stupid if I don't vote. But what's funny, most of my friends and even people in that school, we probably grew up and we don't vote. I might be wrong, I think about 35% of the population doesn't vote. Something like that. Oh, hello, Mum. You fine? How are you, Mum?
Fine.
You're voting today, right?
Of course.
And I've told them that you're voting for Labour. Is that true?
Why do I have to say it?
Because you've always voted for Labour.
It's private.
Alright, I'm gonna get told off for this. Okay. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be real with you. Every Ghanaian that I know, I'm not saying every Ghanaian, I'm not gonna just generalize, but every Ghanaian I know votes for Labour. Isn't that true, Mum?
Not really.
Not really.
Majority, yeah, fine.
Not really, okay. Who's Yao voting for? Yao. Michael.
I'm bribing him anyway. He was going to vote for UK, but
So
to do my way.
So Michael was gonna vote for UKIP, but my mum is bribing him to vote for Labour. Because all these budget cuts are, that's why we're boiling water right now. Boiling water. This is my bath, Mum, there's no shame. I had to do this when I was young. I forgot my point. Yeah, my point is why I don't vote is they never really teach us what democracy means. And when they say, oh, this is democracy, and even the system that's used in Ghana is democracy. Okay, so I might be wrong, but democracy comes from the word, I don't know if it's Greek, I went through Latin, but yeah, it's a Greek word. I think it's demokratia, meaning rule for the people, something like that. I know it's something close to that. I don't know the exact etymology of it. And they don't teach us that this is not direct democracy. This is not really democracy. When you say, oh, this is democracy, and then we kill other people in this world and try and promote democracy, oh, they have to be democratic. But they never break down democracy. Like America and England and Ghana and possibly Nigeria, all these places, yeah. It's not direct democracy, it's representative democracy. Meaning that we put our trust into someone else to do what we hope is done. That's basically it. And I understand why they don't want to do direct democracy. It does make sense. There's a good and bad thing for everything. If there was direct democracy, say we get a say in every decision process, then the majority will always win. Say, for example, and I'm saying white people want this to happen. I'm not saying it. But say if they had a vote on immigrants just leaving the country, all immigrants, or coloured people, whatever. The majority is white people in this country. So I mean, there's a large. It's most likely that white people have the power to get us out of this country. If there was a direct democracy. And I'm not saying that would happen if there was a direct democracy, but I'm just saying the potential for that to happen is always there. So that's the danger of having a direct democracy. The danger of having the democracy we have now is the transparency. Like, can I trust my representative? That's why I can't vote, because I don't see someone that can represent me. And if you can see someone that can represent you, I'm happy for you. If that's what makes you happy, I'm happy for you. And I hope you have found someone to vote for. For me, the closest I'd vote for is probably the Green Party. But even that, I just find it hard to vote for someone I don't know. I don't know this person. I can't look at someone's image because when people are promoting their party to try and win the election, they're always trying to change their image to look a certain way to convince people, and I'm not convinced by anything. I don't care if you're in a pretty dress, or you're scruffy, or you're neat, or you're clever, dumb. I don't know you. I can't just look at you and think, oh, I trust you. I trust you with my house, my money. I think I'm rambling on too much. So either way, that's why I don't vote. I don't just vote because, like, oh, I'm not voting. That's because I'm cool. I ain't gonna vote because I'm bad like that. You get me? I'm not gonna vote. No, that's dead. That's dead. No, I have proper reasons why I don't want to vote, and I've said most of them, to be honest. But if you can trust a representative and vote for them, good on you. I don't have anything against you, so I'm gonna leave this here, and I'm gonna film more during the day and the nights when, you know, to show how the process goes in this country. You know, it's quite. What usually people do, they stay up all night watching what part of England has voted for first, because some places are smaller than others, and some places finish counting first. So it's quite interesting, because as each hour goes, each place has finished counting, and you see who they voted for, and then you sort of get a picture of who's in charge. But if I was to make a prediction on who's gonna win, alright, I'll make a prediction, even though I don't believe in predictions, because anything can happen in this world. You can't just guess. I'm not a psychic.
You ready for this?
Yeah. I predict that it could be a Labour UKIP coalition, or Labour wins. I have a funny feeling that UKIP might get some seats, you know. Don't you think, Mum? Because of their immigration rhetoric. And it's quite powerful, you know. People are really against, you know, immigration control in this country. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't see Conservative winning, but I wouldn't be surprised. So, peace. See you later. Alright, so welcome back. I got my brother here. He's come back from college and that. Why are you showing me your nipple for? Nothing, man. It's not like you're a girl or anything. Right.
I just had to, you know what I mean? For the bands.
You threw me way off. Anyways, yeah. He's gonna say his opinion on the election. So, what's good, bruv?
You're welcome.
You been saying?
I don't know. But look, I'm gonna hit some knowledge. You know? Something that not many people know. I'm joking. I'm not gonna go that pathway. I'm just gonna be honest here. I'm gonna say who I'm gonna vote for. That's Labour. Okay, I'm gonna vote for Labour, yeah, because of the benefits. That is it. Yeah, because obviously if you're rich, I say Labour is not really the best thing to vote for, because you know they tax the rich the most. But you know, if I had money, I'll vote for UKIP, because UKIP. I don't know, man. Like the whole immigration sort of thing, you know, people coming into this country.
Yeah, that's true.
They need to sort of put a stop to it. I'm not saying that I don't like them coming. I'm just saying that, you know,
it needs to be controlled, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like the other parties. Like, look, let's look at Labour. They don't care. They'll bring anyone in. And then we'll look at the demographic the next couple of years, and we're gonna see crazy amount of people coming into this country. It's not a bad thing. No, I'm not saying, but it's just people who are racist. So you get, not even just racist. In general, there's just too much competition. You know, because they see it as someone comes into this country, they go to a uni, ace it, because you know they find it easy, and then they get our jobs, and then yeah, they're working, And the guy who was actually born here went on to uni, just about scraped it, great mark or whatever. Goes in and then he doesn't get the job, even though he was actually born in this country. You know, and that can hurt some people because they've been.
I thought it more affected those in lower paying jobs, because those who got uni in this country from abroad, they need to be rich where they come from.
Well, yeah,
or lucky,
rich,
like a scholarship.
But obviously, you got people that loan, and then they stay with other people. You know what I mean? Like they lodge with other people. I've seen that before.
Actually, yeah, that's true. They try and control it, but you can't control everyone that comes in this company.
Apparently, the fees are gonna go up. They're gonna be increased.
With what party?
I think it was Lib Dems that mentioned it, and then that's the reason why they've got so many small votes now, because they mentioned the increase.
They're the ones who remember the last election. They said, "Oh, we want to bring it back to 0." What happened?
Yeah, they went back on their word. That's the reason why their votes have gone so small. Our area is Lib Dem. I think it's the worst party in my opinion. I'm not voting for Lib Dem. I never will. Never liked them in the first place. I like UKIP because of the honesty. I think Ed Miliband's a muppet. David Cameron's a muppet. Nigel Farage is the only one that's actually honest. I like somebody to be honest with me. I know he wants to leave the EU. Because we've had previous of him. When he was talking in them shows, not them shows, but was it the EU?
The debates?
Then the debates, yeah.
Oh, what, you mean the EU one?
Yeah, he wants England to leave it. If he's in power, he wants to separate from the EU.
Yeah, he sounds like a true conservative.
And I'm happy. I want that, But like I said, if I had a lot of money, not even money, if I was getting paid well and that, I'll vote for UKIP, brilliant. But it's because of Labour, They do help the needy, but they don't think about the debt that comes with it, Conservatives, they try to get rid of it, but they tax too much of the poor. Like, they can get rid of the debt if they maybe tax the rich, but they know that the rich is needed in this country because they make up the money. This the money system in this country, without rich people, the country won't run. You won't run the world. We won't run this world with just poor people, And the Queen as well. She's just useless. I'm not saying I hate her. I don't want people. The police is coming in to my home and then just saying, "Yo, we're arresting you for insulting the Queen."
I still think that one thing they don't talk about the Queen is there's still a law where if we do an act of treason, say like we try and get her, stop her from being, well, how do you say it, like the Queen or the monarch, then you can face 100 years in jail. But that is a very old law, but it's an old law that haven't changed. They never talk about it, That law's been there for hundreds of years or something.
I think the royal family is just useless. I missed I don't mean I miss, but I miss how the system was back in the day with a king.
That's why I respect France. France got rid of their king. They said, nah, sorry, we've had you for a while, get lost now.
But I like the whole aspect of the king in terms of, but back in the day, when kings will actually have the say. Because it feels like that's the way it should be, you know what I mean? Like a king owns the land, like he has to say, on certain aspects. But now, queens is pointless. They're just figureheads. They're just something that you see in your money. But before, they actually had key contributions. Basically, I'm just going through, if you play Fable 2 or Fable 3, no, if just Fable 3, if you play that video game before, it's just basically that. A king just going around, dictating, it's a video game, okay? Even you played it,
Yeah, but you're just saying the monarchy had more control back in the day. They were more hands-on.
And that's how a king was meant to be.
Well, that's because
now it's just rubbish, man.
There was no such thing as the parliament.
Yeah.
And even when the parliament was first created, it took a while for
Oliver Cromwell.
Yeah, I mean,
we would have still had a king.
I mean, obviously, because we're half Irish, it's not a name I like to hear. Even though, in terms of Parliament, if you support the Parliament, then it's a very significant name, extremely significant name.
I just wish
But
Edward.
us being half Irish, bruv, he slaughtered the Irish, man. Like, that's one part of the history I don't even like thinking
got rid of
about.
Christmas.
Yeah. Well, what did he call? Was he a purist or something? What did he call him?
He was a general. I remember. He was a general.
But what religion was he? Protestant or something?
President, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go well with the. Was it the Irish? The Irish Catholics.
Well, most of the Irish are Catholics, and basically in Northern Ireland, the Protestants celebrate Cromwell, and what's it, William of Orange, and obviously Catholics don't. They don't like hearing it.
Beheaded Oliver Cromwell, but I can't remember who beheaded him. I don't know if it was any of the Henrys. I don't know. I don't think it was. I think it was after that. I think it was someone William. I don't know. I can't remember the name. They got beheaded.
William.
I don't know.
I can't remember. But anyway, because of him and other people as well, the people around him, it's the reason why we have this parliament, and the king and queen sort of
Church of England
produced.
That was produced as well.
Yeah, that's Protestant.
Pointless, man.
That was started by Henry VIII.
Yeah.
I remember that. They taught us that in school. It's a bit weird that they taught us that in school. He had like 7 wives or something like that. Stayed in Hampton Court.
Yeah, he kept on killing him.
Yeah, because he couldn't get a baby boy. And then when he did get a baby boy...
Yeah, Edward, he died.
He died early.
If he didn't die, he would have been the king. And then this whole royal family would have messed up. I don't know what it would have been. I think it would have just been a bunch of kings after that. Because if Edward was still alive, then he would have waited for another boy. And that boy would have had the same mentality as his father. I think that would have been a king still to this day. But obviously, he won't be this... Actually, I don't know.
But it was harder to live in those days,
Yeah. But I don't know. Would Oliver Cromwell still make the parliament?
We can never answer that,
That's what I'm saying. If them things happened, if there was a king at the time. But the Queen back in the day...
Because after that, the Catholics took charge.
The Queen was actually something back in the day, though. You know, them times... What was it? The Spanish Armada.
Well, you had Mary, Queen of Scots.
But do you remember that? Spanish
Yeah,
Armada?
yeah.
Yeah, that was the time when the Queen was actually running things, you know?
You mean the first Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah, she was actually proper, like... You call it G.
Well, the first Queen Elizabeth is very different from this Queen. That one was ruthless. She was like Margaret Thatcher.
That's what I'm saying. That's the way I imagined... Like the game I mentioned, Fable.
She never had a husband.
I can see why.
So it never carried on. It just died with her. But she said I could never have...
She was the best queen.
She said I could never have a man rule me. Because if I get married to a man, how can I rule the country if I'm married to a man? Like, that was her sort of attitude. Like, she loved men.
She was the best queen, in my opinion.
She used men against...
She was the best queen.
Yeah, you know why? Because she can manipulate...
Actually, she didn't even win us that, really. Guess who won the Spanish Armada? Ireland. They travelled down, yeah? And then they hit, I think they hit something, yeah? And then they travelled all the way down and they hit Ireland.
Yeah, but they didn't win it. It's just that certain...
yeah.
A certain part of that battle...
They were a key part of it, because if they didn't crash down at Ireland and Ireland killed them, we wouldn't have won that.
Yeah, that was a bad mistake from their behalf.
Yeah. They thought they could travel around to hit us, but then they sailed. The wind pushed them. They hit something. I think it was a rock or whatever. You know, they didn't go down like Titanic. And I'm still pissed off with Titanic. Yeah, I'm not saying I watched that in my spare time, but that bitch could have made Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, there was enough room. There was scientific proof.
All right, calm down, bro.
There was enough room for him to survive as well.
You calling her a bitch and that? What's wrong with you, bro?
Lazy bitch. Yeah, you couldn't even move just a little bit for him to. Man, I hope she's dead, bruv. Is she dead? Oh, she's still alive, isn't she? Bruv, she does have to get a gun to the head.
Bruv, calm down, bruv. Like, I mean, I sort of feel what you're saying.
The bitch was lazy. Man, she deserved to die, man. That should have been DiCaprio.
You're talking about the Kate Winslet?
Yeah.
In that film.
Bitch, man.
Basically, he's just saying that, she had space to save him.
Scientific proof that there was enough space for 2 people to fit. But the lazy bitch couldn't be bothered, could she? So he died for no fucking reason. Sorry, my language. And like I said, I didn't watch Titanic in my spare time, okay?
And obviously he died.
Died because of some lazy bitch.
Well, I don't know. I can't just.
It's just like the same way when a man has to go down when there's a burglar downstairs. Yeah, when there's a burglar. Why doesn't a woman go first? I'll take the kids. Yeah, I know there's a comedian who said that. I don't know. I think it was Ed Burr. Not Ed Burr. What's his name?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. That's it.
Sick comedian. He's one of the best in the world.
But why do I have to go downstairs? Yeah. Why can't the woman go? I'll take the kids. It's just like an apocalypse when zombies start coming, yeah, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you got to fight with us." Yeah.
No, he was
like, "Wait, what do you mean?"
He was more talking about feminists. He wasn't talking about normal, normal women. You meant feminists. Yeah. Those who, I hate to say, I'm not. I only support the middle ground. Like, I don't support men who want to abuse women, and I don't support women who want to abuse men. And these feminists,
a woman that abuses
he feels like they're sort of abusing their rights.
When a woman abuses a man, yeah, guess what they do? They laugh it off.
Yeah, there was a video that showed that where
a woman, yeah, she laughs it off.
A man touches a woman in the street when they have an argument, and then some men were ready to just destroy the man. Already, he was like, "Yeah, we're just about to beat you up," and I'm just thinking, "Oh, okay, fair enough." And then when they done it the other way round, people were just laughing, like just look at some people. I saw some people were filming it or something. The woman was just slapping him in the face, just pushing him. It was just slapping him in the face, pushing him, and I'm like, so what? No one's gonna stop the woman. Where's the woman gonna stop the woman? But then we watched another one where a guy was going through a feminist protest, and this woman.
Oh, yeah, it was staged in terms of they got a woman that they knew to pose as one of them, but no woman stopped. Actually, no, there was one woman, but she wasn't a part of the feminist group.
Yeah, so they got one woman to do it on purpose to just start abusing him, and no one helped him except one woman who. God rest. Oh, she's not dead, but like, God bless her, because like she's equal. Even though she's at the feminist protest, she helped the man. She's like, no, it's not good what they did. They shouldn't have. Someone should have helped you. Are you okay? And so I'm in the middle ground when it comes to that. But anyway, we swayed way off topic, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is,
who are you voting for, man?
It's still not fair, though. Like, how are you telling me there was one woman, that goes out that was. Used to go out with Jason, Jason Statham or something.
Jason Statham or something.
Whatever his name, yeah. She joked around, with him about her abusing him. Yeah, and she just someone said that about her abusing him, and she laughs it off. She just laughs it off as if it was a joke. And then if it was the other way around, them saying, "Oh yeah, apparently you're abusing this woman," he would be like, and if he was to just laugh it off, they would be like, Are you taking a mick?
Well, that's how I felt when they were laughing about. Well, actually, no. I respect Whoopi Goldberg because she actually, the black woman in Ghost.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember the woman in the dreads who had the dreads?
I just remember Paul. Was it Paul? What was his name?
Yeah, but remember he was yeah, but he was a ghost and he followed her first. She could hear him, and he's like you.
I just remember about Swayze. That was it.
You don't remember the woman he was with?
Swayze and that white woman.
Yeah.
He did this.
And remember, he died.
What, like real life?
No, he died in that film.
Oh.
And then Whoopi Goldberg could hear voices, and he was like, "You have to help me," because obviously he can't contact his wife. She can't hear voices.
Please don't let me want to watch that again, just to see what you're talking about.
But anyway, she was in the show with these other women, and they. What's her name? Sharon Osbourne. You must have heard about it. Have you seen the Osbournes, the family?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's the mother.
She's amazing. The one with the red hair?
Yeah, she had, but short hair, and bruv, I can't stand her. Like, she gets on my nerves so much. They must have been talking about the guy who had
She's the worst judge ever in X Factor in the history of mankind. She doesn't know anything
that as well.
She doesn't know nothing about talent.
They must have been talking about a man who had his penis chopped off by his wife, isn't it? His wife got angry, chopped his penis off, and put it in the, what do you call it, dispenser or something? Something they have in America where you can just put it in a sink and it just, I don't know, flushes it down or something. That's what happened, bruv. And they laughed it off. She just started laughing, like giggling, and And Whoopi Goldberg sort of like came to the defense, saying, you know, that's not funny, really. That's quite. And I'm not gonna lie, I was sickened by it because a lot of people were laughing, and I'm like, really? Is that funny? Yeah. Like, is it funny? Like, if someone had done that to a woman, like chopped off one of her mammalian glands, which is the breasts, and just left it on the table, would everyone just be like, oh my god, oh, you chopped off one of her breasts? No, that wouldn't be funny. That would be borderline insanity. So what? Someone chops off a penis, that's funny. How's he meant to go toilet? How's he meant to...
Yeah, but also, Charlie...
How's he meant to make children, bruv?
You need to understand as well. Yeah?
How's he meant to have sex?
Females don't understand how much rights they've got over men.
You know what? Let's not go there, because men have rights that women don't have.
Yeah, I know, but...
And women have rights that men don't have.
They claim rights that they don't even got rights, but they've got major rights against us. Like, we could do a murder case with a female, yeah? How am I doing less sentence time than she is? How come she gets a shorter sentence? But because she's pregnant, she does like half the sentence. And even that, even if it wasn't that much of a big deal, she'll do community service because she's pregnant, isn't it? And I have to go to prison. Why don't I get to do community service? That's my kid as well. But apparently I'm not conceiving it. Apparently my part of the production of the kid wasn't needed. Apparently it was on the female. I'm not saying that. I'm not being anti, female, because obviously there's men as well that does bad things. But they need to understand sometimes that females, they got the advantage, they can fall back at certain things, but men can't. You do something bad.
I think women have advantage in certain situations, not in all situations.
We do something bad, we're doing the time. We ain't got no excuses. We can't say, oh yeah, my kid's going, I've got a kid. They'd be like, oh, well, you shouldn't have done the time. You shouldn't have done the.
But like, if you look at sports, we have more advantage.
Yeah, that as well.
But when it comes
that as well, I've noticed that females getting into it. I'm gonna be.
But when it comes to marriage law and children, I'm not gonna lie, that affects me, man.
I'm not gonna lie, but
that really does affect me. When it comes to marriage, I don't really see the advantage for men there.
It's just worse for the female.
No, really, real talk.
But the football one as well. That one, I don't like that one because.
No, I just meant sports in general.
I'm not saying that females shouldn't get involved in football, but I'm going to be honest here, We're talking about a bunch of men here, You know that their views are. I've seen videos in Old Trafford, when there was a female linesman, and they were all saying, "Oh yeah, show me your tits, show me your breasts, and everything. Give us a look." And then, that's what they're going to get, and. Like, racism is slowly going a little bit. Yeah, Chelsea fans, they're bringing it back, recently, but...
But also, we got to wrap this up, man. It's 20 minutes long.
Wait, let me just finish a bit. I don't know, I just can't see females, getting in with the football, Racism's going down slowly, but females getting involved, it's just it's too weird for men to see. Because, racism's slowly going down, there's been so many years. And it's slowly getting there, but females getting involved in football is just something it's not gonna go. It's gonna take forever for people to get used to it. Because people look back in the day, there was no females there, and they're gonna be thinking, well, why is there females now? Because they're close-minded. I'm open-minded. I don't mind, but you got close-minded people that go football matches, and then they're gonna be thinking, what is this woman doing here? Make me a sandwich. That's what they're gonna be thinking.
Which, that is a sexist way of thinking. I'm not gonna lie, I have to be on the women's side on that one because...
But they should understand the consequences of that. They're gonna have people like that. I'm not gonna say...
But in the same way, a man should know the consequences when he gets married to a woman that he doesn't know. Just being real, it's the same thing, isn't it? Like, you know what's gonna happen. You shouldn't just get married to any girl. I mean that, I really mean that. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, but marriage is dying out now.
Bro.
Nobody wants to get married.
Because
they know the consequences.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified to get married. I don't want to get married, bro.
People know the consequences of marriages. Marriage is not what it used to be.
It's nowhere what it used to be, bro. I don't even see the point in marriage.
Before, the man will work and the female will stay at home. But now, because society has changed now, females seem to... the females can work now. And the man could be unemployed, you know what I mean? Sort of thing. Well, she obviously doesn't give a good look, you know. But you know, because obviously a man, there's the stereotype of a man having to fend and work, you know, for the family. That stereotype. But yeah, it works both ways now. Females can work, men can work now. But you know, in terms of profession, like how far it goes, it's hard for a female to make it higher up in the ranks than it is for a man.
Yeah, but times are changing. You know, you got Hillary Clinton, Condoleezza Rice, people like that, people who have significant positions. But what's it, bro? We gotta wrap this up. And we swayed way off topic, so you need to finalize with who you voting for and why.
Labour because I'm scared.
And who's the one that?
I have much more good positive views with UKIP, but it's because, you know.
What, mum's bribing you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so is
yeah, because like I think UKIP is a brilliant party. You know, I don't.
What, for the Englishman, for the British person?
Yeah, for a British person. But I'm not being racist though. I don't want people thinking, oh yeah, you're racist. So many people think, oh, if you vote.
Yeah, but there's so many different people born in this country who are not white.
Racist, okay. BNP is racist.
No, how can UKIP be racist when I swear they got like black people in their party? So how can they be racist?
Because apparently they're racist because they're mentioning things like, oh, we got to close the door to some people. Understandable. England won't be England.
Bruv,
England won't be England if they bring more people in.
Look at Germany.
Oh my god, you got to be a citizen nowadays to get benefits.
Germany.
You got to stay there for 5 years to get benefits. Imagine that. So what's the point of it basically blocks people to go there because people go there because they want to get benefits, you know. But you can't. You got to be 5 years citizen. So what's the point of working? What's the point of that, going there? You go there, yeah. No, I don't think you can even get him through. You know the doors. You know. Do you know why? They'll question you, and then you might end up going back by the time they're done with you because then there was the interrogation room, isn't it?
Yeah.
They'll be done with you by the time you're done because you won't be able to fool them. You know, like you can't be like, oh yeah, I want to, you know, go and work, come here to work. But they'll be like, but you're not a citizen now. And then they'll be like, oh, so what, experience do you have? You know, that can help offer.
But that's how it is in Canada, Australia, many places. You can't just step in this country and have nothing to offer.
That's why England needs to be a bit more like that because people just think, oh, this is easy. We could just jump straight here, start a new life, which is not a bad thing, starting a new life, but you know, you need to bring something to the table. You know?
What I don't like is when people come and say people who claim benefit.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Or people who need a flat. Like, say someone like me, I want to move out and I can't afford it and I apply to the council. Certain people are going to get priority over me because they're from abroad and they've got children. And I'm thinking, but I was born and raised here. Like,
yeah, have you noticed as well? I'm not going to just say, you know, Asians, but there was a specific Asian woman that doesn't even work. She stays at home, yeah. But I think there's like, I think you get a benefit for if you don't work, sort of thing. If one of the parents doesn't work, which is basically a bursary sort of thing, isn't it? But apparently, I think they should stop that because I think unless you're disabled, yeah, there's no other reason that you shouldn't be working. Like, yeah, you know, back at home, you know them sort of females back at home, yeah, in their national country, they don't work because, you know, the tradition is, you know, the man works, they stay at home, they cook, clean. But when they come here, they need to understand that females work unless you're disabled.
Well, it's equal rights now. There's
now.
no reason for you to stay home unless you've got many children.
That's why people understand that. That's why they get pushed outside of London. They want to stay within London, but they can't because they're thinking.
Yeah, but I also have the attitude, if you can't afford it, don't have children. That's my attitude. I know it's a bit harsh to say that. If you can't afford it, why are you bringing children into this world? It's not fair.
They get angry as well because they want to live within London. They
Yeah,
say, I don't want to move outskirts. I want to stay within London. And you're thinking, but, London.
You'd be like, sorry, London's changing. It's being over-privatized. There's new, foreign companies coming in, buying land, building large buildings. And that. I've been showing it in some of my videos. London is changing fast. And soon it will be like Paris. The poor people live on the outskirts and the rich people live in the middle. It's not the other way around. It used to be like that 20 years ago. Now they've pulled it inside out. They want London to be a business economic centre. It already is, really.
They want to change it to you know the way is it China?
What, Dubai or something?
Yeah, you know where the massive skyscrapers and stuff like that.
Yeah, China and
But
Dubai both
I
have
just
that.
can't. It's possible, but you know how much
It's already happening, bruv.
the price bill for that. God.
Bruv, it's already happening. Have you looked at Vauxhall? When the helicopter flew into a building, bruv, that was like a skyscraper, though. That's the reason why the helicopter went into it.
Buildings are a bit too high.
Well, that guy, I don't know if something was wrong or, you know, he was committed suicide. But yeah, they are very high. But some countries have it even higher. Also, I'm going to wrap it up now. Is there any final words you want to say about people electing or anything that sticks in your brain?
Voting for Conservative this year is just pointless. You know, whoever votes for Conservative and you're a university student and you're not rich, yeah, do not vote for Conservative. It's going to be increased. What's it?
University fees.
Who's going to afford 12,000? Yeah. What bank is going to loan you, whatever, yeah, student finance, whatever, is going to loan you 12,000? Yeah, they're going to have to look at your grades and see if your predicted grades are good. Because there's no way they're going to give you that loan, yeah, and you ain't going to pay it back. They're going to make sure that you can actually do this. Because there's too many people loaning, yeah, and they can't do it. Like, I understand that there's problems with them, you know, like they can't do it. But if they know what they're getting themselves into, you know what I mean? You know? When they sign up for it. And you need to be 100% sure you can do it. But 12,000, you know?
It's ridiculous, man.
It's crazy. Like,
it's ridiculous. How are we paying for education? I don't get that.
9,000 is a bit bearable because, you know, you can loan 10,000, isn't it?
Mm.
You can round it up. But 12,000, that's not easy. Yeah, because, you know, jobs is hard to get nowadays. You know? Yeah, but they're all rubbish. Like, Ed Miliband talks out of his mouth. We know what he's just... He's brilliant at talking. My gosh, David Cameron, he looks like he wants to thump him so badly because he knows when it comes to talking.
David Cameron knows he's not as sharp and he doesn't want to get caught out.
Ed Miliband is just so... It's like something's not in his nose. It's annoying, but the guy is so good at talking. He would want you to... You wouldn't want to beat him up.
He learned from Gordon Brown's mistakes.
Must have been. But the thing is, he is chatting out of it. You know, it just... Yeah, you know, they got reduced, you know, they're reducing, you know, prices for the poor and that. But we all know that we ain't got no say in it. They're all going to basically do the same thing, you know?
Well, to me, it just seems that Labour, in terms of qualifications and education, they just seem a bit more on point. Yeah. Even I don't know whether they're genuine.
This is all just about tricking us, you know what I mean? This is all just about tricking. Who can trick us the best? Who's a bit more...
Well... Yeah.
Who's the cleverest at making it sound better?
Well, now you understand why I don't vote. That's part of the reason why I don't vote. And I mentioned that before. I
don't like this whole election thing when they're all talking because I'm just looking at him thinking whoever is the most confident, people can...
It just reminds me of Dragon's Den. They're just trying to sell their pitch, you know what I'm saying?
And Ed Miliband's selling it well. Well, I don't know at the moment. I need to check on BBC. I think around the 9ish is when we're going to find out who has the majority.
But I'm actually going to film... I'll upload this video and then I'll do a part 2, which is when, you know, we see who wins.
Wait, is it all settled today?
Yeah. Well, tonight late at night.
9 p.m. is when we're going to start finding out who's the majority. Look, I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, no, it'll go in late at night. You find out when you wake up in the morning.
I'm going to set this out here. Conservative looks like they could win this. They're at the moment in the front running, but it can change. We've seen it before.
It could.
Labour was once in the first. They were up in the running, but then Conservative caught up. They beat them, and then.
I think Labour will win, in my opinion, but I wouldn't be surprised if Conservative win. Yeah. Because it's one or the other.
A lot of people are saying that.
A lot of people are unsure.
Labour could win. Not surprised.
I think if Labour wins, it's purely based on how good Miliband has done in these debates. No, seriously. I mean.
You remember that van I showed you? Found me one on...
Alright, yeah. But I'll say, I'm going to end it here. But I remember seeing that was jokes still. But yeah, thanks for giving, you know, your little 2 cents, you know, your opinion on this matter.
Didn't expect to talk, you know, for so long, you know. I thought it was going to be a bit short.
But sometimes you hold in a bit too much. You need to talk a bit more, man. You need to hold, you know, stop holding it in. But anyways, we'll do part 2 later. So, hope you enjoyed. Pull up your trousers, boy. I'm joking. So yeah, if you bloody hell, that's close.
Jesus Christ, you must have been zooming in.
Damn. Oh yeah. If you like the video, like the video. If you dislike, because I know because it's about politics. There's always people who's gonna disagree. Real talk.
Don't hate
we said a lot of bad things about Conservative Party.
No, it's the truth, man. It's the truth. Like, look, if you're rich, yeah, brilliant. Bloody hell. Why not vote for Conservative? UKIP, I would go for them. You know, the whole people coming into this country is a bit overwhelming. I don't mind somebody coming in with qualifications. They're like, bloody hell, that's great, you know? That's going to actually help out the country. But, you know, we don't want someone coming in here, poor, coming into this country, trying to have a new start. Because then you're thinking, you've got people in this country who's poor. They're trying to make a new start, but they can't get it because there's someone else that came from outside to come in here. And they're taking the benefits that he should be getting. If it wasn't for that, yeah, I'd be like, yo, bring these guys in. But it's because you've got people in this country that can just about, you know, survive. And then people say UKIP's racist because of that thing. Oh, they're only caring about people in this country. It was about time they did because this is our country. If we think about other people, then how's the people in this country going to feel? Then they're going to blame UKIP. Be like, why are you not caring about us now? You'd be thinking, what do I do then? Am I with you or am I with other people?
True.
Like, I'm sorry, I've got more positive things to say about UKIP. I think Conservative and Labour are both markets. Farage, he's actually got a mouth. He actually tells you the truth. Everyone else in the audience is idiots. Yeah, you know, question time. They're idiots. A bunch of them are listening, and they're just blocking it. They're thinking, they're thinking, oh yeah, he's, you know, what's Nigel Farage talking about? Yeah, he's talking rubbish. Because obviously, yeah, he's been honest. He's like, he was honest at one point. He's like, these guys were all lied to you, basically. He's trying to say to them. He's actually being honest. But when you're honest, people don't like the truth, do they? Because when you say the truth, it offends people.
Well, as it says in African proverbs, you know, truth is heavy, so people choose not to carry it. Truth is always heavy.
That's why I feel sorry for Nigel. He can't be honest. He now knows that.
No, but he's got new supporters because of his honesty. Because he seems like the only one who's being honest, and he's not holding back.
Now, when we will now see that Labour and Conservative, they will win, it's because when you talk out of your mouth and you sound good at it, anything's possible. It's like going into an interview, a job interview, and coming out as if you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You could know like nothing, and you might come out, you know, the favourite because you're just the best talker at the end of the day. It just proves that the best talker, the person who can persuade, but really has no future for the country or anything, can get the job or the election.
Well, yeah, that's how this representative democracy works. It's like a sales pitch. But anyway, I want to leave this here. So,
my bad. I'm gone.
if you liked, like. If you disliked, then feel free to dislike. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Peace.